What is up, guys? James here from the Light of Riga YouTube channel, and in this video we're going to be doing a reading for all my Gemini sun sign friends. If you're born between the dates of May 21st and June 20th, then you are a Gemini sun sign, and this video is for you. In today's reading, we're going to be doing what I like to call the Halloween or the Samhain spread. This time of year is a time when the harvest is ending and when the veil between the dimensions is thinning. And it's called Samhain or Halloween, and it's an ancient Druidic Wicca tradition that has spanned the eons and is still alive today. And I wanted to do a reading that kind of captured the energies of right now and how they're affecting us, and that's what this spread is designed to do. It's going to tell you what to embrace in your life, what to let go of, what courages and fears you have surrounding you right now, and what to celebrate and what to contemplate at this time of Halloween or Samhain if you're Wiccan. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to be using the Druicraft Tarot deck. I thought it was the perfect deck to use since this is a tarot deck that's based in Druidic and Wiccan traditions. What could be more fitting? I don't know. So it's a perfect deck for us to be using. And let me introduce you to my crystal friends. I've got my sodalite sphere here, which I keep with me for every reading. I've also got a sunstone sphere, which is going to bring some lights and some vibrancy to this reading. It also kind of looks like a pumpkin, sort of. Not really, but sort of. And then I've got my indigo gabbro sphere over here, which is a crystal that it bridges the gaps between the third dimension that we live in and the fourth and higher dimensions that we can just barely perceive. So I thought it would be great for this reading, since that is what Samhain is all about, is about bridging the gap between the dimensions. I think that's going to help us greatly in this reading. So if you would please give me a moment to center myself and ask the tarot cards the question: what are the energies surrounding Gemini sun signs now at this time of Halloween and Samhain? Alright, that ought to do it. We will cut the deck and deal out 6 cards. Alright, and while we're at it, I've got another Druid themed deck. This one is called the Druid Animal Oracle, and I'm going to ask the Druid Animal Oracle what message it has for Gemini sun signs at the time of Halloween or Samhain. What message for Gemini sun signs at the time of Halloween or Samhain? Oh, okay, that one just jumped out. Sounds like a keeper to me. So we'll put him to the side, and we'll look at that card at the end of the reading. So one thing to note before I get too far into this is that this spread is set up in a way such that the top half represents the light side, the positives going on right now, and the bottom half represents the darker side. So keep that in mind as we do this reading. Okay, let's look at these cards individually. First card is the Life card, and it represents what to embrace at this time of Halloween or Samhain for Gemini sun signs. And we've got the Queen of Wands. Okay, this card is saying it's time to pick up the energy a little bit. It's time to get moving. It's time to put in some action towards your goals. You know, the full moon in Aries that happened somewhat recently brought a lot of fiery energy. And I get the feeling that it's meaning to affect you in that positive way as well. And this is not to say that you should just, keep working, go to work. Unless your work is something that is in alignment with your highest goals. This is not talking about work. This is talking about, achieving your dreams. What are those steps? What are those actions that you need to take now to get closer to your dream? And maybe for some of you that means work, and that's fine. In which case you should put more energy into your work. For others of you, it means like starting or building a business or working on your art or composing a musical piece. I don't know what it is. You're all different, Gemini friends, okay? This is a general overall reading, but what is it that's going to bring you closer to your dreams? It's time to put some energy into that. Put some fire behind it. Find that passion. Remember why you started it in the first place, why you had that dream, and I think that's going to help you revitalize that go-get-em attitude that you need to get things done. So at this time of Halloween and Samhain, it's time to put in action, guys. It's not time to sit on the sideline, Gemini friends. It's not time to sit by and watch other people accomplish things. Now's the time for you to accomplish things. And it could be small. It starts with the little things, and those little things build and grow. So don't think that any task is below you or beneath you or too small to accomplish. Every little task that brings you towards your goal counts, okay? Alright, so let's look over here. This card is the Death card, and it represents what to let go of at this time of Halloween or Samhain. We've got the Three of Cups. Excess merriment. If you're going to be focused on your goals and achieving them, I think what this card is saying is that there might need to be a little bit of you receding from the social status, the socialites. Geminis, you're social people. That's a generality, I know. But a lot of you are very social people, and you like to engage socially. And this card is saying that maybe some of that social time can be spent working towards your goals. So not to say that you should stop having fun with your friends. I'm not saying that at all. What I am saying is that maybe you can dial that back a little bit and really spend a Friday night or two working on you and working on your goals and your passions, so that not all your time is spent chatting, right, and spending time with friends. That's important. It's important to build a social standing. We're social creatures. We need that. But this card is suggesting that at this time of Halloween or Samhain, maybe it's time to withdraw a little bit so you can focus more on you rather than focusing on your friends and family, who you love and who love you back. And that's great. It's beautiful. But you got to think about yourself a little bit too, okay? So focus on yourself a little bit more this Halloween. All right, let's go on over here. This card represents your courage, the Courage card. Always in the way, crystals. Come on. There we go. And we've got the Six of Wands. Oh. This card is about leadership. It's about leading the way. It's about not having no fear as you move forward. And other people see that. And other people will take notice. And they don't necessarily copy you, but they emulate you because they see the formula working for you. And it takes courage to be kind of a example for others to follow. And I do feel like a lot of people in your life do look up to you and they follow you because you're a successful person. And not necessarily just in the way of finances. That's the way society views success. I'm not just talking about, you're rich, so people want to be like you. That's a societal programming thing. That's not what I'm talking about. People sense your energy. They see they see the way that you are holding yourself in high regard, your self-esteem. They see you being very structured like a rock, and they understand that you have things going on, and people generally, I get the feeling, like to look up to that. And your courage lies in allowing that to happen and just being who you want to be and allowing people to see that. That's a very courageous thing. I think that you should keep doing that. Keep doing what you do, not like you have any other choice. This is just your natural tendency, I get the feeling. So but that is courageous. It is courageous to be a leader of the pack, to set the example for others. So keep doing what you're doing in that respect. But let's before we get to stroking the ego too much, let's go to this card, which represents your fears. Your fears, and here we have the Ten of Pentacles. Do you fear success a little bit? Do you fear things going too well? I'm not a psychologist, but sometimes we fear success because I don't know why. Why do we fear success? Maybe it'll be too much pressure. Maybe our lives will change too much. Maybe our relationships will change and we're worried about that. Maybe we feel like we don't deserve success. What is the reason why you feel the fear of success? And like I said, this is a general overall reading. Not everyone's going to apply, but I do feel that a lot of you are fearing success in some way. You're fearing things going too well, too perfectly. Maybe you're worried that there's not going to be enough drama in your life. Maybe you're worried that there'd be too much drama. I don't know. We're all different people. We all have different motivations and thoughts and feelings. So it's hard to speculate in a general reading how this applies to you specifically, but I think you know better than I do. This could be a subconscious fear that you haven't really admitted to yourself. This could be at the forefront of your consciousness. I don't know. But I do get the feeling that a fear of success is definitely a pervading fear for a lot of you. Interesting. Okay, that's your fears. So the way to counteract that is to have more self-esteem, right? You are deserving of this success. The success is going to improve your life. It's going to give you opportunities to give more to other people. So start seeing success for its positives rather than its negatives, and I think that'll help you bring yourself out of that fear. All right, let's go to this card. This card represents what to celebrate at this time of Halloween or Samhain, and we've got the Two of Swords. My, isn't that interesting? Give me a moment with this card. Oh, okay. Celebrate the fact that you have a choice. You're living in what I assume to be a industrialized nation, and most of us have at least the illusion of freedom. Okay, and you always have a choice, and that's something to celebrate. You have free will. You can make whatever decision that you want to make, and you can, base your life on these decisions. And it's definitely not something that we all have. Some of us feel constricted, some of us feel bound, some of us feel the pressures of responsibility to the point where we feel like we don't have a choice in the decisions that we make. But this card is asking you that at this time of Halloween, celebrate the fact that you do have a decision. You have the freedom to make whatever choice you want to make, and that's a beautiful thing. It's a very freeing thing, a liberating thing that makes you feel alive and makes you feel like the possibilities are endless, that there's no end in sight to what could happen. And that's something to celebrate and be grateful for, and make the best of every decision, because maybe some people don't have that luxury. So be grateful for that this Halloween or Samhain. All right. This card here represents what to contemplate at this time. And we've got the Lovers. Give me a moment with this card. Okay. This card is saying to me, you need to contemplate how you fit into the lives of people in your life. Gemini friends, we make these relationships, we form these bonds, and a lot of us, not all of us, but a lot of us will go through kind of unconsciously, and we'll just, use the ego mind to help us navigate these relationships. We won't put too much emotion into it or whatever, but we really have a profound effect on other people. And this card is asking you to really think about, at this time of Halloween or Samhain, really think about the effect that you have on those closest to you. Are you a positive, uplifting, beneficial person in the life of this other person, right? Or are you bringing them down in some way? Are you kind of lowering their vibration to meet yours in some way? So this card is asking you to contemplate that. What are those relationships? What is your role in them? And are you uplifting the energy of the people around you, or are you bringing the energy down? And you have to be honest. And that's why this card is the Contemplate card, because you have to be honest with yourself in order to really get to the meat and potatoes. Okay, you have to be very honest with yourself as far as how you're affecting other people. And it's so easy to let the ego delude us and say, oh, of course I'm a positive influence, of course. But then you're the first one to start gossiping. Gemini, okay? I'm not throwing dispersions at Geminis, but I'm just putting it out there. It is a stereotype, okay? You know what I mean? So, don't give me a dislike for that. Come on, it's a stereotype. I don't mean to enforce it. I'm sorry. I apologize. Okay, but really think about it. Really think about it. That's what you need to think about this Halloween or this Samhain is your role in your relationships and how people are affected by you. Of course, if you are a positive thing, a positive influence on your relationships, how can you be more of a positive influence? If you're a negative influence, how can you be less of a negative influence? Figure that out this Halloween or Samhain, okay? So, yeah, pretty good reading. I think that Gemini's, all over the place here, actually. We've got swords, we've got wands, we've got pentacles, we've got cups, we got major arcana, we got court cards. A lot of balanced energy I get the feeling of, and I just think that you guys need to really spend some more time, spend some more time on your goals. Embrace your leadership position. You've earned it, and you deserve it. And celebrate the choices, the ability to make choices, because it's a gift that not all of us have. Figure out some fears and why you're fearing success a little bit. That's definitely an issue. Maybe spend a little less time with your friends just so that you can focus on yourself a little bit more. And figure out how you fit into your relationships and what role you're truly playing, okay? So, before we go, we asked the Druid Animal Oracle deck what message it had for my Gemini friends at this time of Halloween or Samhain, and we've got Air Dragon in reverse. Ooh. And the reversed Air Dragon is about delusion. It's about ideas of grandeur. It's about thinking highly of yourself in a kind of egotistical way. This could be brought on because of the ego, or because maybe of spiritual development. You've developed spiritually, now you have a sense of superiority over those who haven't. And I think this card is suggesting you dial back the ego just a little bit and you start being honest with yourself. It's one of the hardest things that we can do as human beings, is being honest with ourselves. The Air Dragon is saying that it is time to be honest. Remember that I said that you need to spend a little less time with friends and family. Maybe your friends or family are really feeding you some incorrect information about yourself. Maybe they want to spare your feelings, or maybe they want to it's hard. You know what I mean? Interacting with people is hard, and they're not always going to tell you the truth about things. So this is all the more reason to be honest with yourself, so you can take a accurate picture of your life and see how you're doing in it. So yeah, this is a time for a little bit of a self-reflection, Gemini friends, and figuring out your place in reality without delusion, the removal of delusion. I think that's going to be important. So there you go. That is the reading for Halloween or Samhain, Gemini friends. If you like that, be sure to click that like button. It lets me know that you enjoyed it and I did something right and you want to see more of these videos. If you have any comments, put those in the comment section below. Love to hear what you guys have to say. And if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing, because I release these videos quite regularly. And lastly, if you want a reading from me where I tap into your personal energies and we use the tarot to get down to your root causes of your issues and find some healing, then find my Etsy channel. I put a link in the description below. You can just click on that, and there's plenty of readings for you to peruse over there, so I hope you'll do that. All right, Gemini friends, it's time to get real, and it's time to focus on the self a little bit more, and everything's going to be great this Halloween or Samhain. So leave a like if you enjoyed this. Happy taroting. Peace.